So now I'd like to introduce Hugh. In his role at Quick Financial Technologies, which is formerly Quadris Financial Technologies, Hugh's responsible for the strategic and tactical product management and customer partner support for the company's risk technology products. He brings over a decade of experience in the risk technology business. He's championed product management for advanced financial risk technology solutions. He's managed complex multi-level product lines. And prior to joining Quadris or Quick, Hugh held senior positions in product management and development with leading financial software firms, including SunGard, Trading and Risk, Infinity Financial Technologies, and Selkirk Financial Technologies. And he's also worked at investment banks where he developed risk management systems. So I'd like to turn it over to Hugh, who's going to talk about transparent ROI-based product management. Take it away, Hugh.
Hello, everybody. So thanks for that introduction. I think one thing that sort of hails from that bio that was created by our marketing people, so it's very flowery and sort of quite sort of self-gratifying. But the point is that I've worked for many different types of software companies, large and small, in the financial space, which is a very rapidly renovating and competitive environment. And so a lot of what I'm going to be speaking about today hails from rapid growth company frameworks and information frameworks. And so while it has essence of end-to-end management within product management for these types of companies, I think there'll probably be some salient elements for the larger participants in today's web conference for those companies who actually have much broader departments. The patterns are the same, but I think the functions that I speak of in the presentation may actually be spread over multiple departments in those types of companies. So I hope there's something for everybody here in the presentation. Now, that being said, this presentation was delivered in part last year at the Software Perspectives Conference, and ultimately, based on a lot of feedback I've had, I've renovated the presentation to reflect that. So hopefully it'll be new for some people. Managing product information. I think every product manager, product marketing manager, COO, CEO can probably attest to the fact that the influences of the product management function are very diverse. Basically, everybody speaks their own language, ultimately because everyone is driven by a certain motivation, be it sales, be it customer satisfaction on the delivery side, be it development in terms of closure of releases and quality thereof, marketing in terms of imagery and competitive analysis. Everyone has their own dialect and therefore their own way of actually sometimes articulating the same problem, but ultimately having their own disparate requirements that need to be satisfied. The key is that this information is typically scattered over numerous different types of systems, be it a support system, a sales tracking system, a client satisfaction, a marketing survey tool, a win-loss environment. And because the information is scattered and because everyone speaks different dialects, to present a balanced roadmap that makes sense to everybody and actually allows everyone to understand the innate operational drivers and the criteria that have been based on corporate priorities is near impossible. So the premise of this presentation ultimately is that it takes a considerable amount of our time, in some cases 100% of our time, just to be able to get the information in a position where decisions can be made. Could that time not be spent better elsewhere? I think everyone understands what the roadmap represents ultimately in terms of major marketing releases, incremental support releases, and technology releases, and being able to show this as a map. But in many cases, based on the product managers I speak to, it's a just-in-time articulation of where they're headed. And ultimately, does it articulate the sources of information and how it was synthesized down and ultimately presented, tying back to key accounts, prospects, and competitors, and showing the relationships, but also then showing the nuance of at what point did someone make the decision that certain individuals or certain groups' requirements were less important at a particular point in time in a company than others. And therefore, does the roadmap actually provide an operational-based decision matrix to be able to do trade-offs? Because invariably, it's only until the roadmap's actually created that people can see the cold light of day in terms of where you're headed. Wouldn't it be nice to be able to have trade-offs? So is this actually the function of operations or the function of the product management function? Again, with the product managers I've spoken to at the conference, which was a very good networking event for me to really realize that as a product manager, I'm not insane. There's many others like me who ultimately sort of feel the same way, are the ones who actually have to create the roadmap to actually then spur the operational decisions